You are about to witness the very exciting story of a city and its people. It is a story of a city seeking new horizons in a resolute contest with great challenges. That city is Detroit.
Detroit, Michigan, home to a diverse group of proud, hard-working men, women, and children that have persevered through the years to make the city a place they're proud to call their own. It's a city that faces up to its troubles and hard times, working to revitalize areas and neighborhoods that have been affected by urban decay and blight. Motor City Blight Busters is a non-profit organization based in Detroit. From the first blight fight cleanup in 1989, Motor City Blight Busters' mission has been to help stabilize, revitalize, and rejuvenate the socio-economic plight of Detroit, as well as restoring the city to a state of great prominence. In conjunction with this coalition of partners, Motor City Blight Busters has over 10,000 registered volunteers who have contributed more than 658,000 work hours. Neighborhood areas formerly overgrown with weeds and littered with trash have been cleaned up to promote community gardens and recreation space for residents of the city. Thanks to the many dedicated volunteers, student youth groups, and corporate sponsors involved, Motor City Blight Busters is making a difference by providing a sense of pride and dignity to the city's people and uplifting the human spirit. But there is still much work that needs to be done, and the need for support has never been greater. We need more Blight Busters angels. Motor City Blight Buster founder John J. George speaks about the origins of the organization.
I didn't want my children, our children, growing up in and around negative energy, so we got together on a Saturday, very much like today, and with a couple neighbors, we worked about 9 hours. We cut the grass and trimmed the bushes, boarded up the house. When the drug dealers came back that evening, they couldn't get in and they left. And that's how Blight Busters started over 20 years ago.
In the summer of 2008, the community came together to celebrate the completion of the temple structure next to the Motor City Blight Busters headquarters to demonstrate firsthand the commitment to renewal for the city of Detroit. This coordinated effort was directly inspired by the Burning Man project, and even involved participation from people thousands of miles away from the city. One of the project managers talks about how the temple came together against the backdrop of a struggling economy.
I made a promise to this community. We all made a promise to this community, and I wanted to keep that promise. So I picked up the baton, and I did things that I didn't realize I was capable of. I learned a lot about myself.
Motor City Blight Busters also sponsors the Artist Village, where community and art come together under one roof as a home for artists, music, and celebration.
The Artist Village Detroit is a creative place where the world meets. Quite frankly, on any given night, if it's Friday night for hip-hop, or Saturday night for live jazz and open mic poetry, or Sunday, the oldie but goodies. We have a couple DJs that come in and play songs from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. It's that neighborhood gathering place from people from the city and the suburbs feel comfortable coming and enjoying some entertainment, a cup of coffee, a piece of pie, and each other.
Creative energy just starts bouncing off the walls, and it's there. You got to be there.
Charles Chaz Miller is the art director and muralist of the Artist Village.
Well, I mean, you get the community involved, you start, giving people a sense of pride in their neighborhood. It's a lot of things that happen on different levels, but one of the things, the main things, is that it brings people together that probably wouldn't normally get together. And then, just once you see the murals done, it's like, just people have hope that something is going on in the community. And now you see the results of what's happening. I mean, Blight Busters alone brings in, I think, over 9,000 volunteers. And now that we have the mural component, I mean, the kids are even more excited. So, working with John is a lot of fun in the first place, and we both have that crazy energy.
Tony Butler has been a student at the Artist Village for 2 years.
I've been loving art ever since I was young. Had people with a different thought. Instead of getting, take the kids up out the streets, these young guys, Let them be an artist. Show them something that they never saw before, basically. That's what I'm saying.
In spring 2009, college student volunteers converged on the Motor City Blight Buster headquarters site to work together in cleaning up neighborhood areas.
Well, today we are working with the University of Michigan. It's called A Decade in the D. Over a decade ago, we started with just a half a dozen students, and we were able to build that up working with the students and other sponsors and supporters. Today, over 1,500 volunteers will come to Detroit, and they will be involved in various projects from demolition through restoration. We'll be planting trees, clearing lots, preparing beds for gardens, and of course creating murals, cleaning out buildings, quite frankly doing anything and everything to make Detroit just a little bit better.
Volunteer crew leader Kelly Williams speaks of the process of turning one of the area lots into a community garden.
So we're going to take this area, clean all of this debris that you see here, and shove it into that dumpster and prepare, because we're going to put a fence it off, and then put the necessary titles and things like that up there so that the neighborhood can take more pride in it.
Angel volunteers are also instrumental in knocking down abandoned houses, removing blight, and making way for new construction to occur. As part of their ongoing Homes for Homeless program, Motor City Blightbusters works to provide one family a year with a rehabbed home. John George visits one of the families that applied for the program and was the recipient of a house that had been reconstructed.
I would say Motor City Blightbusters is about building a strong community, making some stability in your neighborhood, around your neighborhood. If something's wrong, you contact them, they'll get together and see what it is they can do. And trust me, they won't stop until they get it done.
Our goal is to stabilize and revitalize Detroit and create home ownership and business owners. And ultimately, our goal is to remove all negative energy from the neighborhoods and from the business districts. And it's important for our suburban friends to support this effort, because we all know a strong, clean, decent urban core benefits the whole region. So it's important for the suburbs to work in conjunction with Blightbusters and others as we work together to restabilize the city and cause it to be the kind of place we can all be proud of. We have many projects and programs, from our art camp to our chess club, our demolition work, our restoration work, our Homes for the Homeless program, and quite frankly, none of this would be possible without our Blightbuster Angels, and we need their support now more than ever.
Despite all that Blightbusters has accomplished in the last 21 years, due to the current economic downturn, Detroit is at a tipping point. City and county governments are overwhelmed and they can't fix everything by themselves. That's where you come in, by becoming a Blightbusters Angel today. Volunteers are always needed to clean up and beautify properties, as well as remove trash and debris from vacant lots and play areas, and adopt lots in the city. Volunteer time can also be done in our office. We also accept material donations, such as tools and office supplies. Become a Blightbusters Angel today by donating money, a house, a car, or by volunteering your time to one of the many ongoing Blightbusters projects. As a nonprofit 501c3 organization, Motor City Blightbusters is qualified to receive tax-deductible donations. Please call us at 313-255-4355 or visit us online today at www.blightbusters.org.